Hey YouTube family, it's your boy K-Ray. Back with a word for the day. Today I want to talk to the brothers and sisters on YouTube, the whole YouTube family. Just have like just a real talk, moment, not too much, in the scripture, but it just in me just to base what I'm saying off of the scripture. So I'm not gonna stray far away from it, but I want to talk to the people that's out there getting ready to make a decision to go out there and go for bad, or the people that's out there who done got in some type of legal trouble, or done got into some trouble in your life where you feel like nothing else matters, or there's nothing else that can be done for you. I mean, you at your ends rope. It might be a sickness, it might be a family problem. I don't know, it could be anything, and you feel like that that's it for you. You done lost your job, your mom and your dad broke up or something, and you just don't care no more. See, that's really the attitude that I'm trying to really scope on right now in this video, is the person who has that attitude where I don't care, I'm, like real talk, saying, I don't give a fuck attitude. That's what I wanna, that's the attitude I wanna address, because it leads to other things. It leads to laziness, it leads to more devious acts, which is acts of crime. And really the only thing it does is either it puts you in a deeper ditch. That attitude, either you're gonna be in jail or dead, once you had that I don't care attitude, because in the jail system it's packed full of people who didn't care, had that I don't give a fuck attitude, and now they in the prison system. And some of them keep that attitude and they run in and out of the system. And instead of dig that hole for themselves, I wanna let y'all know that just because your mother and your daddy broke up, or you lost your job, it's millions of people that have went through that. But when you go and you do some a crime or some kind of devious act, no matter what it is, or either you just stop, caring about yourself and you letting yourself go or whatever, there's somebody out there that wish they had your hand. Somebody out there that can't go out and jump in their car and drive, which way you can jump in your car and drive. When you locked up in jail, they can't just jump up in their car and drive out. You can. You still have that freedom, to go out and do and rebuild your life. Once you get caught up in that system, it's harder, to get back on your feet. It's not impossible, but you have to go through certain barriers. It's certain, you got that X on your back or whatever kind of on your record. So that means that, it's harder for you to move around, to maneuver. You have to go through certain steps. A lot of people look at that and then they like, hey man, this dude right here is he's a deviant. We can't have one of them here, So you can start your own business, but you gotta have a heart and a drive to do that, a discipline. That's not something that's just gonna jump off for you unless you're gonna go out there and start selling dope again, and that'll jump off for you fast. But see, once the devil got your mind, I like that old saying, if you let the devil ride, next thing he gonna want to do is drive. You see, that's all what these deviant things are. He starts to get into your mind train, your thought, your mind, your train of thought. I'm not gonna get into too much of this, but me, Papa JT, and brother JT was sitting outside. We talked for a long time. Had a good fellowship, and it reminded me about faith. which I want to talk to him next on the next video, but he said that once a man has your mind, this is a man, and it's just a mere mortal. If once a man has your mind, he can just walk up and dig in your pocket. You know, that ain't, I mean, the mind is an essential part of the body. You gotta have your heart, your blood pumping, but you gotta have that train of thought to tell you which way to go. You know, because emotions don't have no type of thought, or train of thought. You just feel those. But in order to compute things and get things going, you know, you see colors and everything, you see situations, you gotta have that in mind. And if somebody got that train of thought, then maybe you don't feel any more emotion. So we need to watch what we do and watch who we hang around, you know, because I'm gonna tell you something, man. This girl, family owns a beauty salon. They make pretty good. They make good money, you know. She was in the beauty salon with her family, and a guy called her, and they went to the store. He wanted to go to the store, so they went to the store, and she was outside waiting on him, and he come running out, jumping in the car. So he was telling her to pull off. She pulled off, and all of a sudden she was like, "What did you do? What did you do?" He just robbed the store. So she stopped and said, "No, I'm not having this. It's not me. You need to get out the car." Well, by that time, the police rolled up and took both of them to jail. Now the family is waiting to see if he's gonna let the police know that she wasn't in on it with him. And she's a good person, don't have a record, you know, her family has money, you know, you would think, why the boy didn't just try to get the girl, you know, pimp the girl to get money out of it, you know what I'm saying? But I guess he couldn't do that. So what he do, what was in him was rob. He's a robber. So, you know, this is the type of mind frame that the boy had. But the girl didn't have nothing to do with it, you know, so he might be pissed off and don't want to tell him that she wasn't a getaway driver. So, you know, young people, we need to watch who we hang around. You know, watch the people you hang around. Don't just, you know a person for a month, you don't know that person. You don't, I mean, it's tough, it's tough these days to trust a person like you know them forever. You just know them a month. You know, even if up to a year, if you ain't been around them to know their habits and know their ways, really too much. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know the tendencies and what they would do and what they wouldn't do before you would, you know, let them go and put yourself in predicaments. Now that would put it tough right there to do. I know it is, but man, it's just sad that happened, man, to a good person, and that other person just didn't care about nobody. He didn't care about himself. He didn't care about that girl. So that's the type of attitude that I'm focusing on this video. I'm telling you, people, if you at that stage, if you're on the verge of that, you know, think about it twice, you know. And if you don't heed to this warning, write me when you're in jail. But you sure can't write me when you're in hell. So, you know, just talk about it then. You know, maybe some of us, we have to go through that before we can learn, you know, and maybe that's what you was, you know, meant to do. Maybe go down there and try to change somebody else. But help change, you know, through Christ, somebody else. But I'm gonna let you know, man, that ain't the road to go down, man. I had a partner who worked with me, and he had a monitor on his leg, man, and you know, he had to go outside every time that monitor go off so them folks don't come pick him up. The monitor go off, he outside pointing towards the sky. You know what I'm saying? The boss looking at him like a fool, like, man, I'm about to get rid of this dude, real. You know what I'm saying? He out here with a monitor, you know, they gave him I guess a certain time to be at work, and he was at the job pointed up at the sun, you know, whenever that thing go off, and he just see him how he be so paranoid, like, man, don't any people know this, you know? And they'll come lock him up, you know, because they don't know where he is. But yeah, YouTube family, this just to just heed the warnings of what I'm saying. When you get depressed, when you get down, when you feel like that you on your grounds level, just think about the folks that locked up and can't even get to the ice box. Just appreciate the simple things, you know. You're not locked up you're not stuck in your house, you're not locked up, you know. You're not dead yet, it's not over yet. God still has a plan for you. Still has a plan for you. Say he knew you before you was born. So he had a plan for you. And if you want to know what you are here for and what's your purpose in life, go to God in prayer and go to God in his word. And he'll reveal it to you. But you must have faith and believe and just keep on moving. No matter what's going on, you got to keep on moving. You got to keep on. You got to weather the storm. Because believe me, and use me as an example. Because if you do endure through the night, through the darkness, through the pain, through the struggles, through the heartache, through the pain, the daylight will come. You will see sunshine. You will see a better day. You will see a new day. Oh, only the test of faith. If only you can just stand through the test of faith. Stand on his promises. You will see a better day. Just try that. Just try it. Just try it. You know, it's gonna be times you just want to give up and even curse God because you believe that you shouldn't be going through things like that, and you want to take it upon yourself and say, well, God, you got to sit back because I got to get this. Only thing you got potential for is digging yourself a bigger ditch, a bigger hole lay in. You in the hole. You want to dig it deeper, you can do it. So, all right, YouTube family, I'm not going to stay on this too long, but that's all that I have for the day right now. But you don't want to see no penitentiary time. You don't want to see it. You got to knock a nigga in the head for stealing your cupcake. You got to go in the cell room to clean up after brother just got his butt taken. You don't want to go through none of that. All right, YouTube. Peace and be blessed.